Okay, welcome back to another podcast. Today we're talking about another conspiracy. This is the hidden meaning conspiracy. Now, when someone attacks abstract art, they only have a couple of different angles to come at with it. Inevitably, many of the attacks have the same meanings and have similar defenses. Not entirely. This is a little different. But the idea here is that there's some kind of hidden meaning inside of the art. Now, the idea is that abstract artists don't use any kind of intention when they're actually, and this is contradictory to the actual argument, so I don't understand how they do this. So there's no intention in the actual art. However, there is intention in the art. It's just not apparent to everybody else. Basically what it is they're putting colors in different groupings, and those colors are representative of something, or they've created patterns and shapes and things that have meaning to certain people, but not to the general public, not to anyone who actually can look at it, that would say, oh yeah, okay, that's a nice piece of art. Instead, it's a secret message to people who are in the know, and they're conveying information back and forth to each other, which is why when things are sold for such a high price that they're saying, okay, these are actually secrets that are being sold, and that's why people are paying so much money, is because they're trying to recover the information that's in that piece, and they don't want anyone else to get it, so they're willing to pay outrageous amounts of money to get that piece into their collection. And so that it's mostly governments, this is a part of the theory, mostly governments that are kind of bidding and they're putting people in the field. Those people are agents, and they're going and bidding and buying these pieces because they know that it means something. So they're looking at it and look, okay, who's the author, who made this, who's the artist who created it? And we know that this person is working with this country or in this kind of project, and we want to get that information from them. So we need to get their painting and decipher it, and we've got to go through all these different things. And this is some heavy stuff. If you've ever wondered, why does the abstract art not look like anything? Because it's just symbolism. It's just hidden meanings that you don't know as the viewer, but only the people in the know. They can go get it, and now it's going to give a big plan and tell you all these little details about what's going on in this country, or what's going on with this project over here, or that one over there. This is definitely a tinfoil hat moment if you've ever had one. Now, in order for this to work, they have to know, like, each artist would have to have their own, like, lexicon, their own language on how they were talking about something, so that someone would be able to retrieve the message and retrieve the information. So the idea is that these governments buy this stuff knowing that language. It's very difficult to decipher because it doesn't actually correspond to letters or so. It's all symbolism. They have to know exactly what it is. If you know anyone on the internet, you know they can come up with a reason for what a symbol means. There's the end of the world's been predicted 150 times. They know that I'm talking about them, and they're trying to send radio waves to knock my tinfoil hat off my head. I'm not going to let them do it. So one of the things that is the idea behind it is, I'm going to do something. I'm going to make it in a code that only you can understand. You're the only person that understands the symbolism in the painting. So I'm going to then, I can't directly give it to you because then everyone would know that we're talking. So I'm going to just go to some art show, pay someone off to sell my art, and say, look, before you even put it up on the wall, I'll give you this much money. Then I do that. They take the painting, they put it up on the wall. I let you know somehow, I have to communicate somehow that this is happening, or you just have people, agents that are in with certain groups, and you let me know which groups you're working with so I know where to put the painting. Then they see, oh, this artist whose the name isn't even real. It's a different person than what's there. They just, okay, let's see if we put this up here and we have this name here, and then we're going to, that's the guy, that's the one, that's the woman, that's the whoever it is that's going to give me the message. So bid higher than everybody else, $2 million. It's just a square, I know, but no is a code. It's the way the brush strokes are, or how the little fibers in the canvas are. Whatever it is, there's something there that is information that I need to get. The government pays the money for it, the agent gets it, and then they bring it back to their government. That's how that works. So that's the theory. I'm not even debunking this one. I would love for this to be true. It's just, I might start doing that. I'll have a secret code somewhere, maybe on the website, so you can go there. And there'll be a secret code there, and I'll just start painting things that have that code embedded. You've got to look really hard. You might have to watch the videos several times when you see the piece, and then have to go back to the website, because it may be during the process, might be when I'm putting the code in, and then I cover it over. You don't even see it unless you watch the process. You got to watch these videos 100 times over, and then if you go on the website, it might be for sale there. You could buy it, and then you can decipher the code based on... Is any of this working? I don't know if that's going to happen, but I would love for this to be true. I would love for secrets to be traded in abstract art. It makes me appreciate what I'm doing so much more, because my art says nothing. There's nothing there. It's just, I put stuff on a page to make it look interesting. I don't have any meaning. There's no meaning in anything I do. So, but I may do that. Just it's possible. You have to keep your eyes open. So I have that very special sketchbook that my idea for this sketchbook was to put clues in it anyway, and that people might see, and it's a secret thing, but it was nothing to be big or anything like that. This is not world changing, but one day I could do it. You have no idea. So let me know what you think about this conspiracy. This is one of my favorite ones. It has to do with governments, and this is my favorite conspiracy I think that I've ever heard in my life. But I want to know what you think of it. Do you think that could be a real thing? Do you want it to be a real thing, even if it's not? I'm in that camp right there. And I think it stems all the way back from, when they did the Da Vinci Code thing, and there was supposed to be hidden messages inside regular art that we look at anyway. But people want those regular pieces. That's important to them. But why would they want the abstract art? Why would they pay millions of dollars for something if it didn't mean anything? If there's no meaning, there's no substance, it's just things. Why would they do it? This is a very good explanation. I hope it's correct. Now again, I'm not saying this is a part of everyday abstract art. It's just a part of why it's so important in some of those bigger galleries selling for millions and millions of dollars. It wouldn't make sense any other way. Why would someone spend millions of dollars just to say they have a painting that no one else has? Who cares? I just created a line on a page, and now I have a painting that no one else has. It's all mine. All my art is here, and I have it all. If you'd like it, you can buy some. But I have all of my stuff, and yet it doesn't make it more valuable just because it's one of a kind. That's not what makes it valuable. What makes it valuable is the desire to own it, and how many of them there are after that fact. So if there's only one, but the desire to own it is through the roof, then that could be why that they're paying all this money. But it just doesn't make sense. Why would they? Who knows about this person? Where did this person come from? What makes them so special that they can sell a dot on a page for over $1 million? It doesn't make any sense. There's something there. There has to be something there, and that's what we're going to experience. Now, next week, we're going to talk about another reason why that money could be there. But this week, we're talking about this one, and I like this one. Now, I know these podcast episodes are pretty short. I hope they don't bore you. I just want to talk a little bit and get some of this excitement out. I love conspiracies, especially about abstract art. It's just fun. I enjoy listening to them. I enjoy reading into them and finding all about them. And this was a doozy. I love this one. All right, that's about it for me. I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Illustrations by P.